I'm going to tell you about a weird planet. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Brooke Johnson and I'm a geologist who studies rocks that are billions of years old and the tiny wheem fossils that we extract from those rocks. So there's a planet that's mostly covered in an ocean of lava several kilometres deep. In fact, this planet is so hot that sometimes the lava vaporizes and floats through the sky as clouds. It often rains lava from these clouds, and that lava is also really corrosive and it dissolves the land and forms rivers and lakes, and then they flow back into the lava ocean. So the atmosphere of this planet is full of a toxic corrosive gas that sometimes causes large areas of the planet to spontaneously burn. And not only that, but the continents on this planet crawl across the surface, devouring everything that gets in their way, or taking the remains of the smaller continents that they eat and then wearing them as weird ornaments that stick right up kilometres into the sky. Sometimes the surface of the planet freezes solid and great sheets of crystallised lava grind across the continents, carving out valleys and grinding mountains flat and polishing the rocks underneath them. Now, you'd probably think that this planet is a desolate and sterile place, but in fact it's actually teeming with life. And despite the fact that life appeared on this world almost as soon as it formed, the planet is actually extraordinarily good at wiping out vast amounts of that life every now and then, just for giggles, as a treat. So the conditions on this planet are extremely challenging to the creatures that live there, and they've got to constantly adapt and change to the environment or they die. And to us this world sounds like a terrifying hellscape, but to the native life, it's their home. They can't live anywhere else in the universe. And that shows us that what classes as habitable is just a matter of perspective. And if you haven't figured it out already, the planet I'm talking about is Earth. Everything I've said is true. And that's what Earth would look like if you were an alien creature that lived on somewhere like Jupiter, floating around in the atmosphere, or on one of the icy moons. It would look like a terrifying, burning hellscape covered in lava. But to us, it's home, and it's the only home we've got. So the reason I've been thinking about this is because I'm making some YouTube videos that are about basics of geology and geography, but for people who do world building for science fiction and fantasy stories and tabletop games and just for fun, that kind of thing, for computer games and whatnot. And it just got me thinking about how habitability and what makes a habitable planet is really just all comes down to the perspective of the creatures that live there, or the creatures viewing it. So yeah, keep an eye out for those videos on my YouTube channel if you're into world building and that.